Hey guys, well it's time for another unpackaging video, and this time I'm unpackaging something that's not coming in the mail, something I actually bought today at Target, and that is a, I believe it's pronounced Capello alarm clock. Yeah, sadly I found out over the last couple weeks I noticed my alarm clock's speaker has been having issues, and I think it was on Saturday I noticed it wasn't working anymore. I actually use my phone as a alarm clock most of the time. I have a alarm clock on it, alarm clock app on it. But so most of the time I use that. But I also like to have a backup clock in case I sleep through it. Because every once in a while it will happen. I will just hit the snooze button on my phone or turn it off completely, turn the app off, and I'll go back to sleep, which isn't good, especially if you have to go to work. So, within an hour or so after waking up, usually that is on Saturdays for me, I have to get up real early. So, but unlike today where I have like a 4 or 5 hour break before I have to go to work. So, but anyway, so I wanted to pick up a new alarm clock. The clock itself, my old alarm clock, is actually still fine as a functioning clock. It's perfect. But as an alarm clock, no, not anymore. And I can't use the radio anymore either because obviously the speaker died, so I can't use the radio part of it, but I never really used it anyway. So today I went out to Target and I picked up a new one. So, and by the way, that's my old alarm clock is actually a Star Wars: The Clone Wars clock too. I think my parents bought that for me back. It was the second Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars series, not the original from the mid 2000s, but it was from the later 2000s. I think the series came out in 2007, 8, right around there. Because I know I was about 15, I think, when the show first started. I believe that was right around the same time they bought me that clock. So, so for the past 7 years, it's been fine for me up until now. So for 7 years, for something that's made in China, it's not bad, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so let's unbox this. And the cool part with this alarm clock, unlike my old one, is it actually has dual USB ports in the back of it, so I can actually charge my smartphone or smartwatch or tablet with it. So I think that's pretty cool. So I was actually looking at that feature because I went online. I was like, I want to get a new alarm clock, so let's take a look around, see what they, see what they got now with alarm clocks. A lot of them have Bluetooth and stuff now. In fact, they had another model up from this one that had Bluetooth, but they wanted an extra $10 for it. And I was like, you know what? I have so much stuff now that has Bluetooth. It can be used as a Bluetooth speaker now. It's unbelievable. I mean, my sound bar for my TV is Bluetooth. My watch, which I don't have on at the moment, I probably should put it in it somewhere. That has Bluetooth on it, so I can use that as a Bluetooth speaker for my phone. I also have a smaller Bluetooth speaker that I used to use. I no longer use anymore. So I figured, you know what? I don't need to spend an extra $10 for a Bluetooth speaker because I already have like a million of them already. So I decided to not buy that one. All right. So, just a piece of cardboard. This looks like inside the box when it's empty. Instruction manual. And then, looks like you got a power adapter for it. Plug. And then, well, the clock's actually smaller than I thought it would be. Which is good, because I like the small. I have a pretty big nightstand, but I don't want to have it all clogged up with junk. So, yeah. It's actually nice. I like it. It's really small, compact. So, but, oh, you even have a, so just like my old alarm clock did have this too, my Star Wars Clone Wars one, is you can actually plug a line in for headphones. I mean, not for headphones, but for your, a 3.5 audio jack. So if you want to plug your phone or your iPod or MP3 player into it and listen to music. This one has it too. I didn't realize it had that. So I'm not losing that feature, so I'm happy about that. But also the main reason it has the 2 USB ports, so I can plug my, most of the time what I'll probably end up doing is I'll plug my phone, which is recording this video, and then I'll also plug in my smartwatch too at night, because you have to charge the watch every day too. Which is fine, I'll just add to my normal routine. And the other nice part is this actually has dual alarm clocks on it too, which is nice. I think this is what they call a couples alarm clock, because you know, if you had to wake up 2 different times. But that's nice for me because I actually do have to wake up at 2 different times, sometimes during the week. Monday through Friday, I have to wake up at 9:30 in the morning. On Saturdays, I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I have to go to work so early in the morning on Saturdays. So, so for having that extra feature, what I hate about my other alarm clock was every week I had to, you know, every Saturday, well actually every Friday night before, I always had to change the time for my alarm. Instead of getting up at 9:30, I always had to switch it over to 6 o'clock in the morning. So with this one, I no longer have to do that. I just have to switch a different button. So it's kind of cool. So you got alarm clock 1, alarm clock 2. It's nice. Yeah, and I just always use the buzzer because that's the one that most annoys me even more than the radio. So, and then you got your display, you got some controls. Looks like you got a power button. I'm guessing because it has a little sun on it, I'm guessing this is to adjust the brightness of the screen, of the LED screen. And then you got minute and hour indicator there. And then on top, you have your time set, your time zone, your preset, your sleep, your DST, and then your source. So that's cool. And then of course you have the snooze button, which I'll be honest, I never really hit. I hit it on my phone all the time, but when it comes to alarm clocks, I never seen actual physical alarm clocks. I never hit the snooze button. I always usually turn off the alarm, which isn't good, especially if I decide if I would fall back to sleep. But most of the time, if I hit the alarm off, I'll always do it that way. And the cool part with someday I have to review my. I picked up the Wink Hub system about almost 2 months ago now, and about 3 weeks ago they added a new feature for the app, and I can actually set a time for when my lights come on in my room. So actually, not only will I have alarm clock, I'll have 2 alarm clocks because I'll have my phone and this. But also on Saturday mornings, I have it set so when the alarm goes off, all the lights in my room go on as well. So that's kind of cool. So it actually really helps me wake up in the morning too. But this is cool. So yeah, it's an alarm clock, guys. Nothing cool, nothing amazing, but yeah. So I guess my old Star Wars, the Clone Wars clock, I'm definitely going to keep it because it is Star Wars. It still works as a clock. I just can't use it as an alarm clock anymore. I mean, I have a General Electric I want to say 1960s, late 1960s, early 70s clock that I found at a flea market about 3 or 4 years ago. So it's like 40 years old. And same thing, the alarm part of it is dead, but the actual physical clock part still works, and I love it. So, but I'm definitely going to keep the Star Wars Clone Wars clock because it is Star Wars, so I have to keep it. And it still works as a physical clock, it just doesn't work as an alarm clock. So, okay guys, so that's my unboxing of the Capello, is there even a model number on this thing? No, it's just sleep and charge dual alarm clock with dual USB charging. So it doesn't really have a specific name to it really. It's just neat and tidy. You can actually roll, that's kind of neat. You can actually roll up your USB cables in the back here, so if you have like a really long USB cable, you can just roll it up in the back here, so it's nice and neat. So it's perfect though, it's perfect. So I'll plug in my phone USB one and my smartwatch USB, so that'd be nice. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until the next unpackaging. Oh, I'll throw this in too, just for the hell of it. I actually did pick up one DVD while I was out today at Target, and I picked up Season 7 of Duck Dynasty on DVD. So yeah, had to pick it up because it did come out earlier this week, so I had to pick it up. Plus it had the slipcover. I wanted to make sure I got it with the slipcover. So awesome. So I'm gonna check this out probably tonight. Maybe we'll see. Although I do have to finish watching the Mad Max films, so I think I might do that instead. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See ya.